Singleness, man, because since we're here, let's just talk about it. All everybody in here, man, if you're single, taking whatever it is, man, look, singleness is really where you learn to walk with God. I don't want you to undermine that, undervalue that. The church has, and to my knowledge, I'll say this fairly. Okay, I'm not going to speak on this as if I know it for sure. To my knowledge and my understanding from others that I trust that have been in teaching in church circles for years, longer than I've been alive, there's been so much emphasis on marriage in church, man, that's why a lot of single people feel the way they do when they come into spaces in church, right? Singleness is where you learn to walk with God. And there is no greater gift. Scripture tells us this, man. The glory, watch it. Jeremiah writes this. The glory that we have is knowing God. I wish I could find that verse. So much in Jeremiah that I would love to just share with y'all, man. But he says it, man. The glory is in knowing him. And trust me when I tell you, bro, that if walking with God is not already something that you're committed to prior to you having that relationship in marriage, you are probably going to have more days than you can count where you're going to think to yourself that this relationship I just walked into is not worth it. But it's because you misprioritize things. Because you're going to have a lot of struggle there, potentially. So I love what you said there, David, to learn to walk with God before you walk with her. I may have shared it here with y'all, man. I guess it's a great time to do it. I got hit with something so hard, man. This was maybe about 4 years ago. Had to be about 3 or 4 years ago or so. Somewhere around there. And I was going back and forth myself like I typically did. I was like, yo, I think I'm ready for a relationship. Next day I woke up, I don't want a relationship. It was kind of one of those things. It was real weird. But I remember getting on my knees and praying, y'all. This is real talk. And he was like, how can you say that you want that? Like, how do you expect to lead and love a girl like you say you can, and you don't make time for me? Boy, I thought I caught the meanest uppercut in my throat. I was like, oh my God, he's right. And so, I remember telling my pops this a few weeks ago, man, like, yeah, or some weeks ago. I was like, yeah, so my readings at first were influenced. I was like, yo, if I'm gonna have this relationship, I guess I got to get this right, huh? So kind of just started reading a little bit. That was kind of the motivation. But again, the longer I stayed with it, y'all, the longer I read, the longer I studied, the longer the conversations got, the longer the reading sessions got, the longer the prayer time got. And I'm not saying that that's how it has to go for you. I'm just telling you what happened for me. That's how it went. That's how it went. And then the relationship stopped being the goal. He started being the goal. And as I grew in it, he started becoming more and more of the goal, more and more of the priority, to the point where, bro, I enjoyed me. You gotta enjoy you before you enjoy somebody else's company. I tell anybody, hey, I am good where I'm at. Even in situations that I'm currently in right, man, I'm good. You get me a baconator, a fresh Madden, and some strawberry lip, bro. Don't talk to me. And a good book. Don't talk to me. I'm good. I don't need you to hit my phone. I'm straight. I went through a season, y'all. I went through a whole season. I've never had my phone so dry like this in my life. In my life, I have like nobody's talking to me. I'm like, if my phone dies, don't nobody know. don't nobody know. And I got it was so uncomfortable, but I got comfortable in that to the point where when it died, I was cool. I wasn't tripping. I'm good. I charged it, whatever. You know, it was on. I wasn't rushing to talk to people. I wasn't forcing conversations no more. I wasn't all of that. I got comfortable being with me. I found out what I liked. I found out what I enjoyed. Man, I'm telling y'all, it's comfortable around here. But that's because, man, I came to the place of recognizing that my value didn't belong in people, man. It belonged in who created me. That's where it's at. So I was able to enjoy it. I was able to maximize it. I'm still able to maximize it where I am now. Now I'm growing into places where, hey, timetables are kind of just kicked to the curb. You know, all that kind of stuff, man. Just get that out of the way. Just focus on what's in front of you. It's great peace, man. It's great peace. So if you're single, if you're catching this is a great opportunity for you to learn about you, get comfortable with being who you are and who God made you, get connected and growing in Him. But also realize too, man, like there's just before the marriage, young men, before the marriage, there was identity, there was purpose, there was work, all these things that were given to Adam before Eve ever came along. So it's like, even if I wanted a relationship, which isn't a bad thing, that's not a bad thing at all. But you got to think bigger. Like, man, how am I gonna lead her? Not just with words, with my life. Like, how am I gonna do that? I want to be able to provide. I want to be able to do all these things, but like, I don't even take my Bible time seriously. It's hard for me to sit down and get a chapter in. And I'm talking about wanting to, man, it's the small things, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, it's the small things. And when you get there, and you keep growing, I mean, I've told people all the time, man, it's your character that sticks out the most. Like you don't want to live a very stressed out, imaginative life like men are in today that are scared for their female to have social media, because if she does, she's for the streets, because she gonna bang some random dude the minute I'm not there. That's so crazy. When you focus on building your character and developing who you are as a man and resting in God, Joe, all of that will come. All of that will come. It's all in the scriptures. And there's so many people around you who probably can testify to that, even people here on this call and panel, man. Maximize your singleness, man. Be okay with that. Be okay with that. And when that time comes, man, for you to have that sweet honey dip and for you to, build a genuine relationship with that, by that time you'll be in a stronger position too. You know what I'm saying? The worst thing you can do is get into a relationship because you're lonely. Don't do that. That ain't the move. Because you're still going to be lonely in that relationship. Because I promise you that person is not going to fix it. Not going to fix it. It's deeper work that's necessary. So, yeah, man. And just like that, this video has come to the end. But don't worry, your boys got more. Subscribe, like this video, share it with a friend, and definitely check out the channel to learn more about how you can build healthy, happy, whole, and biblical relationships. I'll see you over there. Peace.